Welcome back to one of my favorite moments in our show is Colt's Book Club. I used to hate reading. When I was in high school, I refused to read a book. It's like my favorite thing to do now. I try to read at least a chapter a day. My problem is that I kind of read too many books at once and I can't finish them fast enough. But I love reading, and I find that it's really molded me and given me so much wisdom, guidance, that really kind of helped shape where I'm at today. So I'm just really trying to encourage every person, read along with us, join our book club. Please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, @Colt's Book Club, and participate. We're gonna have a discussion group. We're giving out, we gave out some bottles of Gruet champagne earlier on our social media for people who are participating in our book club. So follow along, participate with us, and you might even have a good time at your own little book club party with your champagne. So we are reading Simon Sinek's Start With Why. Again, I just love this book. Last week we talked about this with Sheriff Manny Gonzalez and MMA fighter Diego Sanchez. And it's such an honor to be able to talk about this with my two lovely new friends over here, City Councilor Brook Bassan and a former instructor of mine, Heidi Ricci. Is so cool. And I'm so big on mimosas right now. This is my new favorite drink. And when you do things, have fun. I don't know. I want to have some mimosas with my lovely new friends over here. I don't know how to open one of these, so I'm going to let one of you ladies open it. Heidi?
I will.
All right, we're going to give this to you.
I might want to take that towel there.
You're the instructor, right?
And you can go ahead.
And you're going to teach him.
I'm afraid of are you going to
I'm afraid of opening.
Oh.
Okay, right?
Oh, distance.
Oh, perfect. Yes. I'm so terrified when those things, it's like those cinnamon rolls or those where you peel it back and it pops. Yeah, that thing freaks me out.
My kids love those.
They're so delicious.
They
I don't
love it for the explosion.
I actually don't know how to. Oh, you have wet hands. I'm sorry. I'm going to give that back to you. I want to be considered my guest. I don't actually know how to make mimosas. Do either of you guys, is there a ratio? Do you want to,
I think it's due to preference.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do strictly champagne over here. But
right.
Here, you can go ahead and for your, preference, right?
Right.
I'll just keep.
Tilt your glass a little bit. Yep.
Like that?
No, not the bottle, the glass.
Everyone's yelling at me. I don't.
Here, I'll show you.
I don't know what I'm doing. All right.
I don't think you wanted any of that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait,
now that's yours. She just diluted it for you.
Yeah.
Good job, Heidi.
This is mine. This is mine. We got to get some champagne in yours.
Sure.
And I just want to take a second real quick to our friends over at Gruet. I'm just in love with their champagne. They are so supportive of us with what we're doing with our book club. So I just want to say thank you to them. And I want to cheers to my new friends over here. Cheers,
Thanks
y'all.
for having
and
us.
I hope anyone at home, pour yourself a mimosa. Now you know how, preference. If you don't have orange juice, no big deal. So both of you, this is City Councilor Bassan. She is a city councilor here represents a district that our studio is not actually in your district, but you make policies that affect our studio. And Heidi is one of my absolute favorite instructors when I was in college. And both of you have spent so much of your life for others. All of the conflict management, mediations that Heidi does for people, she teaches, she facilitates, you organize such amazing things for these students, and you teach so many classes. And that's so much work. And Councilor Bassan, you are on the city council, you have to deal with these other members and vote on these topics that affect all of us, and you both have families. And I'm just another cheers to you. Let's cheers to that. Let's cheers to that.
Let's keep going.
So Simon Sinek's, talks about his why. And he specifically talks about companies, why companies have, but I think this is very relevant to people as well. I think so many of us aren't familiar with what is my purpose? What am I trying to do? And beginning with that end in mind, I just find so important so that you make sure that everything you do is falling in with that why of what you're called to do. So I don't know, I'm just still the floor to one of you two, but I want to know what is your why? You guys are both go-getters and what's the drive? What's the passion?
Go ahead, Heidi. You why first.
Oh, thanks. I think my why goes back to my faith. I just have a passion for people. I have a passion for my students. I really love to see people learn, especially when I'm teaching conflict management or nonverbal, because I think they're life skills. And being able to help my students have like life skills they haven't really learned before, and go on and have better relationships and better marriages or better, coworker relationships and jobs. That just gives me a big rush.
I love that. You mentioned a comment earlier, and I want to bring it up in the book club segment as well for anyone who's just now tuning into our book club. But you had a student, you had a football player that came up to you the other day. And can you tell us what he said?
Oh, it was in their final reflections, in their final reflection papers. And I usually ask, why, what did you get out of the class, or what was your favorite part, or something you're taking with you? And his response, and I'm kind of paraphrasing, but was that as a male, he wasn't raised to deal with emotion. He wasn't raised to say it was okay to show emotion. And he realized after taking my class that the best thing he can do as a young man is to embrace his emotion and in communication and being able to communicate well. And I started to cry because that was really powerful.
I want to start to cry. From a football player from a Division I university to tell you that after your course, that is so beautiful.
It really was.
And it really hits home that what you're doing is actually making a difference in these students' lives. That's awesome. Let's cheers to that. I love that. Cheers to Heidi.
It's a tradition in my family that every time you cheers, you're supposed to drink. So
every what time?
Every time you cheers, you also have to sip.
I like, wait, I'll sip again.
Yeah. Take small sips.
Well, I'll say that word all day if you want. So what's your why?
So first, I think it's important to say that my why changes. It changes often, and
that's fascinating.
I think that it's important for some people to know that that's okay. I did a study with why several years ago, and my why is for my kids and my husband and my family, right? Every day I get out of bed, whether it be to make lunches or to make sure that they become really great, incredible human beings. But I also am whying for the city. I want to help people. My why is to really do good things and help and make things better. But again, it changes because then there's lots of other little whys that get sprinkled in there throughout the day.
It's so beautiful. I love that you both are just doing what you're doing. You're giving me so much hope for just in society. Is there times that you find yourself drifting away from your why? Do either of you guys find times that you sometimes aren't living up to what you expect of yourself?
Oh yeah. That's a tough one. I think I have high expectations, and it's hard when you don't meet them, or you don't feel like you're doing as well as you could, or you just have bad days or bad weeks. And so I like that you said, you have different whys, or your why can change, because I think that's true.
And then to reset your why.
Yeah.
So if we fail and we don't achieve our why that same day, if I don't achieve my full why and I don't feel like I'm winning that day, then it's okay to say, okay, tomorrow's another day and I'm going to start over and it's going to be better.
Yes.
Oh, there's so many times where I'll write a list of all the things I want to do, and I don't get nearly through the list, and then I just feel like I failed. So I love that, just to restart.
What about the times where you end up checking all the things off of your list, but then you added 20 more for each one you check off? So either way, you're in this cycle.
No,
right?
it's a lose-lose situation.
No, right.
Well, we have to cut to a break, but I just wanted to cheers one more time with you ladies.
All right.
Thank you so much for talking about this book with us.
Thank you
to Cruway. Follow us on social media, our book club, participate, grow, and we'll be back after this. Cheers, everyone. You got a drink. Cheers.
Yeah, I did. You did. You're right.